Pwede mong sabihin unfair, pero hindi naman talaga. Kasi ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin ano yung core issue ng tao. Kasi pinag-usapan natin yung original sin ng kanya universal. Lahat ng tao, of all ages, of whatever nila, panahon ni Adan, panahon ni Abraham, panahon ni Noah, panahon ni Alexander the Great, panahon ni Jesus Christ. Somehow, mga kapatid, we are talking about very ugly and very humiliating truths. Pero alam niyo ba, sa doktor ba, unless you say it and you know the truth, for example, if you are a doctor, you can only give the proper medicine pag alam mo kung ano doon sakit. Diba? Pag nagsabi ka na misinformation sa doktor mo at nagbigay siya ng gamot sa'yo, pagdating sa kasuhan, sa litigation, ikaw may kasalanan kasi you gave the wrong information. You know, we are trying to help you guys. That's why we are showing to you the truth. Hindi nga lang talagang medyo uncomfortable pag-usapan. Para maninto. Sabi ko nga mga kapatid, no wonder yung gospel, yung salita ng Diyos minsan sa ibang tao ay parang mabaho. Stench. Kasi dito binabakbakan ng gospel yung kayabangan ng tao. Yung self-realize ng tao. Unfortunately, kaya sila realize sa sarili, hindi kasi nila kilala kung sino sila. Nakaapat na rin tayo kung magagaling pa tayo isa. And this is the final week natin tungkol sa topic na total depravity. My text for today is found in Romans 8, verse 5 to 8. Dito sa context na to, makikita natin na sa Paul, kino-compare na yung buhay ng isang tao pinapangunahan ng kanyang sinful nature at ng isang tao pinapangunahan ng Holy Spirit. Basta natin. Romans 8, verse 5 to 8. By the way, ito yung paborito kong chapter. Paborito kong chapter. Ito yung makikita yung napakaganda mga promises ni God sa isang Kristiyan. Tingnan nyo. Verse 5. Those who live according to the sinful nature have set their minds set on what the nature desires. Tagalogin natin. Yung mga taong naglalakad o namumuhay ayon sa kanilang sinful nature, ang kanilang utak ay nakaset. Nakaset. Pag nagluto ka ng sinaing, isaset mo yung apoy mo sa high mo na para kumulo. Kasi may purpose. Para kukulin mo. Tapos pag kumulo na, papahinahin mo. Lagyan sa context. Yun na mga tao naglalakad ayon sa kanilang sinful nature, yung utak nila nakaset. Saan? Nakaset na yung kanilang utak ayon sa gusto ng kanilang naturalesa. Pag sinabi ng naturalesa, ang halaman na ganito talaga yung dahon niya. Hindi siya dalawang sa ipakakunin ng dahon. Nakuhanin lang mga kapatid. Kung baga sa aso, ang aso, tatahon talaga, hindi yan mamiyaw. Nakuha niyo? Ang idea ito, yung mga taong naglalakad ayon sa kanilang sinful nature, nakaset sila kasi doon. In contrast, sabi nito, but those who live according to the Spirit, in accordance with the Spirit, have their minds set. Where? Set. On what the Spirit desires. Verse 6. The mind of sinful man is death, but the mind controlled by the Spirit is life and peace. Nakita natin, may contrast na naman. Ang utak daw, ng pag-iisip daw ng isang sinful man, kamatayan niya. Simple mathematics. Kung kamatayan niya, sa kabilang side, buhay naman. Yan. At mga taong kontrolado ng Espiritu. Verse 7. The sinful man is hostile. Hostile, okay. Kaya nagsabi Ayan. The sinful mind is hostile to God. It does not submit to God's law, nor it can do so. Tatlong proposition yun na doon. Una, sinful mind is hostile. Ano yung sabihin ng hostile? Kaaway, kagaling, unfriendly, antagonistic. Tama? Ano ba? It is what? It does not submit. Pag sabi it does not submit, hindi siya nagsasubmit. Ano yung sabihin nun? In His will, He will not submit. Meron pa kang kasunod. Nor it can. Yung una, it's a matter of will. It does not. Though may kakayanan siya, ayaw niya. Pero dito, binigyan ng lalim yung bakit hindi siya nagsasubmit. Sa kanyang will, ayaw niya magsubmit. Bakit? Kasi nga, it cannot. Wala siya kasing ability to submit. To what? To God's law. Verse 8. Those, ito yung parang synopsis ng tatlong verse na binasa natin ng una. Those controlled by the sinful nature cannot please. Parang sinama niya na yung mga naunang verses natin. Sabi niya, those controlled by the sinful nature cannot. Cannot. Ability, pinag-usapan. Can. Cannot. Please. Uncomfortable. Nasabihin ng mga ibang grupo, naku, dito yan, i-Bible na yan ng mga kapatid. Dapat ito lang yung ating solutory sa church. Remember, we are City Bible Church. Lahat dapat ng convictions natin, lahat dapat ng ating paniniwalaan are all based on the Bible. And this is what the Scripture says. Those controlled by the sinful nature, you and me, apart from the grace of God, we cannot please God. Here's my theme, mga kapatid. Our theme for today is titled like this: Total Depravity, Understanding the Defects in the Virtue of the Natural Man. Remember, last week ang pinag-usapan natin, original sin. Si Adam. So, maaaring ilan sa atin kasalanan sa doon Adam. Pero ito lang mga kapatid, yung ating virtues today ang ating pag-usapan. Pag sinabing virtues, mga kapatid, medyo malawak yan. Pag sinabing virtue, pag pinag-usapan natin yung ating morality, pag-usapan natin yung ating mga values. Alam niyo ba, sa ating definition ng virtue, di ba sinasabi natin, patience is a virtue. You have to be characterized by patience, di ba? Your virtue is basically like this. Virtue is a settled habit of the mind. So meaning whatever your mind is set to do, yun ang iyong virtue. Kaya kanina pinag-usapan natin Romans 8, mind like a target. Kasi out of your mind, yun yung iyong virtue. Yun ka. Yun ang iyong gagawin, yun ang iyong tendency, yun ang iyong value system. So ating tema, understanding the defects in the virtue of a natural man. Kailangan natin unawain, mga kapatid. Kailangan natin maunawaan. Let us engage our mind today so that kung matutunan natin ma-apply sa ating buhay. Pag-usapan natin yung defects. Pag sabi yung defects, pag bumili ka ng cellphone at umiinit yung baterya, may depekto yan. Kahit gano'ng kaganda ang cellphone mo, kung umiinit ang baterya, after 1 minute of charging, delikado yan. Baka sumabog yan. Did you get it? Pag may kotse kang binili, pero kwadrado ang gulong, hindi mo magagamit. Sakit din siguro sa katawan, no? Dar. Paano yun? Defects. Defecto. Ano po ang ibang definition of defects? Fault, shortcoming, deficiency, failure, flaw. Saan may defect? Virtue. This is kalapati ang virtue. Virtue is a settled habit of the mind. It is your value system. Pag-interview ka ng isang kabataan, anong binavalue mo? Binavalue ko yung friends ko, yung aking studies, yung family, education, ganyan. Yun ang mga value system. Para maaaring sabihin ng tao, wala nang problema sa value nitong tao. Pero pag-usapan natin ano yung core. Settled habit of the mind of a natural man. Pag sinabi natural man, what we mean here is the man apart from the grace of God. Yung hindi pa nakakilala kay Lord. Pag hindi pa kilala kay Lord, si Lord, natural man ka. Unregenerate. Hindi mo pa nakikilala si Lord, hindi ka pa born again. Yan. So, with this thing, mga kapatid, ay imply, may problema ka. May problema yung value system mo. Alam niyo bakit mahalaga natin pag-usapan ito, mga kapatid? People, when confronted in their sins, compare themselves with other sinners and say, bakit? Hindi mo na ako nakakagabiyado Pakinggan niyo si Vice Ganda, Jake Cyrus. Si Jake Cyrus. Ganda ng katagan, ganda ng boses. So sabihin nila, wala na ako nakakagabiyado. All I want is to make myself happy. Wala. Sa paningin ng natural man, walang issue. Pero may defect ang kanyang virtue. Ano pa? People think that they just need to do better in order to please God. Kaya nga pag magtanong ka dyan sa kanto, paano maliligtas ang isang tao papunta ng langit? Gumawa ng mabuti. They don't understand na yung kanilang gawang mabuti ay hindi aabot sa standard ni Lord. Kasi bakit? Defecting ang kanyang virtue. Example, para daw maligtas, gumawa mabuti. Paano? Practically, magbigay sa church. Magbigay sa church. Kailangan maraming. Para buburahin nila yung mga kasalanan. Mabawasan niya. Parang, timbangan ako. Timbangan ba ito na mabuti at masama? Mabuti. Kailangan mas marami, ma-outdo mo yung dami ng masamang ginawa mo. Masama mo kita mabuti mo. At kailangan magtitingin na, ang gusto ko ipatid sa iyo, yung mabubuti mong gawa is actually not acceptable. People think that they are inherently good and they think that God looks at them very, parang okay lang sila. Kaya pag titingin mo yung Facebook nila, ito mga post, parang sila lagi yung biktima na hayaan mo na sila, they are sandpapers sa buhay mo. Ikaw, bida. Hindi ka mga kapatid, may problema doon. People think that they are righteous in themselves and they condemn people with a little bit grosser sin that they do. Madali tayo mag-pinpoint ng mga tao, ito, murder ito, rapist ito. Dapat siya mapunta sa impyerno, dapat siya pumunta sa kulungan. Dapat siya mamatay. Pero tayo, nag-enjoy tayo ng ating mga small little sins, kulong sa paningin natin. Lord, moving, pagsisinungaling. May defect. Ating values. Nakita niyo na? Nakita niyo na ba? People think that they are free. But in fact, they are actually slaves. People think that they see and have good understanding, but in reality, their minds are darkened. Defective. I mean, let's face it, mga kapatid, there is something wrong in us. Huwag natin itong isisi itong problema natin kay Adan. Ito, meron siyang part. Kung titigan mo yung sarili mo, kung magiging ayos sa sarili mo, bakit naman nagtatrabaho ng kahit linggo? Para kumita, para sa pamilya. Nasaan sa Lord sa equation? Bakit ako nag-aaral mo yun? Para maging maganda ang future ko. Nasaan sa Lord sa equation? Bakit may mga umurap sa gobyerno ng mga polis, mga ganda rin ganyan? Para kanila, para sa pamilya nila. Mabuti yung pamilya nila. Pero defective ang kanilang preacher. Wala sa Lord sa equation. Sabi sa inyo kanina, medyo uncomfortable yung pag-usap natin. But here's what I guarantee. Jesus himself said, know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Do you want to be set free today? Listen to this. Question. What are the defects in the virtue of a natural man? Ano daw yung mga issue? May picture yata ako dyan, bro. Nakapakita mo na ba yung picture? Next slide, please. May picture ako kanina? Wala. Oh, okay. Okay. Defect number 1. Our virtue is only predisposed to satisfy its sinful desire. Uy, mabigat. Nagulog ko ng content. Ang ating virtue natin, ang ating virtue, yung ating value system, yung ating habit set in the mind, ay predisposed lang to satisfy its sinful desires. Kaya nyo mga kapatid, explain ko lang konti. Pero important na ito. Pansin mo ang isang bata, 2 years old, binigyan mo siya, hingin mo sa kanya yung binigyan mo, ang hirap hingin ulit. Kasi people are predisposed na ariin ang mga bagay-bagay. Kahit alam na, na-satisfy niya yung kanyang kagustuhan. Did you get me? Kaya nga mayroon mga businessman na handang mag-under the table kasi he wants the project. Bakit? So that he can expect it for himself. Pwede ko lang, man is predisposed. His virtue is predisposed. Pag sa'yo predisposed, very important yung word na yun. Those, basin itong verse, those who live according to the sinful nature have their minds set on what the nature desires. Basin nyo, those who live according to the sinful nature. Paul asserts that a natural man in his natural state, apart from the grace of God, meaning in his sinful state, lives according to his sinful nature. It's clear as that. It's as clear as day. Ang aso, pag binigyan mo ng buto, itatakbo niya at kaangat ka din. Yan nga gawin niya, aso siya eh. Ito problema, ang tao, in his natural state, he will do what he wants to do apart from the will of God. Gusto ko kasi ito eh. Kahit ayaw ng magulang niya, gagawin niya. Gusto ko kasi ito eh. Hindi niya kasi yun ang okay sa kanya. Gusto niya i-gratify yung kanyang simple nature. Kaya, because of that, chaotic ang mundo. Away yung magulang, anak, magkakapatid. Kasi everyone wants to do what he wants to gratify his simple nature. Basta yung pangalawang proposition ng verse, sabi niya, have their mindset. Kaya pinag-usapan natin yung living according to the sinful nature. Yan ang natural man. Bakit siya ganun? Kasi nga, ito ang case. His mind is set. Ano yung sabihin nun? Have their mindset on what the nature desires. Sa Greek, ang ibig sabihin nun ay pronosi. It refers to a basic orientation of the mind. Kaya ka ganito, kaya ka, gusto mong gagawin kasi yun talaga yung nakasal sa utak. Hindi mo pwede isi-scare yan, ha? Kaya alam yan. Ikaw talaga kasi may defecto ka. You are not cute. You are not perfect. May defecto ka. Remember, a mindset includes one's affection, a mental process, and will. Bakit mo gusto mong mandayan? Bakit? Yan kasi program sa'yo. Para kang computer. Nakaset ka to gratify your sinful nature. Kaya yung pamumuhay mo, you walk according to your sinful nature. I don't mean na yung degree mo ng kasama niya matinding-matinding. Ang pinag-uusapan natin yung extent. Na lahat ng gagawin natin, they are all tainted with sin. Remember, sabi sa Isaiah 59, your righteous acts, those sa paningin ng tao, they are righteous acts, are what? Filthy rags. Basahin po itong verse ito. Philippians 3, verse 18 to 19, it says, for, as I have often told you before and now say it again with clear, sabi ni Paul, naiiyak na siya. Many live as enemies of the cross of Christ. Oh, may kaaway si Lord dito sa cross. Bakit? Their destiny is their destruction, their God is their stomach, their glory is in their shame. Their minds are on earthly things. Pagkari ko Umpisa ako sa dulo. Ano ang natural man? Ang kanyang mind, may nasawa on earthly things. Amen? Kita nyo sa verse? Ngayon, anong destiny niya? Their destiny is destruction. Their God is their own stomach, and their glory is their own shame. Therefore, they are what? They are living as enemies of the cross of Christ. Lumalabas dito, in your normal state, you are an enemy of God. Boom! Next verse. Colossians 3, verse 2. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. Ngayon, maintindihan mo bakit mahalaga itong verse na ito in light of the last verse. Kasi pag nasa earthly things ang utak mo, nasa worldly things, you are living as an enemy of God. Here's my point. A natural man's basic disposition is to satisfy only the cravings of their sinful nature. Just like a dog would bark, just like a dog would go back to his sofa, because it is our nature. Kaya nga, we said in the past topics that man is helpless. Talagang ito lang kasi siya. Hindi siya mahalagpas na sa kanyang nature. Talagang, ang gagawin niya yung nature niya. Nature. He's a slave to his own nature. He is predisposed. Defect number 2. Unang defect, pinag-usapan natin, you are predisposed to satisfy your own sinful desire. Point number 2, your virtue is separate from God. Actually, gagawin ko na sana yung word na your virtue is deathly. Talagang ang tungo ay kamatayan. Pero ganun ko lang konti. Kasi we understood that when we say death, we talk about being separated. Okay? Here's the verse. The mind of a sinful man is death. It's clear as day. Sabi nga, the mind of a sinful man is death. Basta yung kasunod ko, na verse, na linya. But the mind controlled by the Spirit is life and peace. Basta ninyo, para mathematics lang yan, pag ang utak mo ay nakaset sa sinful nature, ang dulingan ay death. Para ano yan, ang kasalanan at kamatayan ay laging magkasama, laging magkakambal. When you sin, death is on the door. Ganun. Ay, ito problema. Yung ating nature, ang kanya likaw ay kamatayan. Parang because of our nature, it is our nature to be an enemy of God, meaning our destiny is set in place where? Hell. That's who we are. The mind of, sabi dito, the mind of a sinful man is dead. The person with the mindset of the flesh is spiritual, then it is a simple equation. We know that sin and death are peace. Where there is sin, there is always death. Mga kapatid, gusto kong pasilipin itong verse na papakita ko. Next slide, please. So if we can ask for you, discuss ko to sa inyo, you were there in your transgression. What does it mean? Next point. Ito ang isa sa mga definition ng deadness ng isang tao. Remember that at the time you were separate from Christ, excluded from citizenship, foreigners of the covenants, without hope and without God. The virtue of a natural man is always separate from God. Nagpapalo ka lagi nang wala sa Kristo. Therefore, ang dulo niya, laging kamatayan. You are spiritual. Therefore, your mindset is deathless. Kamatayan na yan. A natural man is separate from God, and his virtues does not consider God at all. Basta nyo, magtanong kayo sa mga bata, ano gusto mong maging paglaki mo? Gusto ko maging pilot. Bakit? Gusto ko makatulong sa camp. Gusto ko maging doktor para makatulong sa camp. Sasagot yun sa gusto ko maging camp. Pero nasaan? Parehong side ng discussion nyo. Yung gusto tumulong sa kapwa at yung gusto mong patulong nasa ng Diyos. Makinig sa radyo, nasa ng Diyos. Tinatawag nila ng Diyos pag hirap na. Minsan, pati pagtawag sa Diyos, masama pa loob. Dahil wala na sa choice eh. Kailangan kong tumawag sa Diyos, hindi na kaya ng doktor. Doon na lang siya tatawag sa Diyos. Pag hindi siya pinagaling, dahil hindi siya magwawala. Pero, kung nag-umpisa siya ng buhay niya, hindi niya pinagaling ng Diyos. Wala sa tanong ng Diyos. That's number 2 defect. Number 3 defect. Kaya naman kasi gano'n. Point number 1 and point number 2, ito kasi yung defect number 3. Yung mind mo, yung virtue is actually hostile to God. Kaya naman pala hindi mag-jive. Kaya pala hindi mag-jive. Kasi hostile nga eh. Pag sabi na sa ganito ibig sabihin, it means you are in enmity, you are at war. There is prejudice, there is antagonism, there is opposition, there is unfriendliness. Ayan, mas mababaw na nga yung dulo, unfriendliness. Sabi ko kanito, paano? Our first point says that a natural man's compulsion, inclination, and orientation is toward gratifying himself, and that he is separate from God, point 1 and point 2. And therefore, are directly hostile to God. Gusto ni Lord, ganito ang buhay mo, dapat siya ang unangin mo. Sabi mo, no, ako dapat ang mauna. Hostile ka. Sabi, Lord, I have plans for you. No, Lord, include lang ka sa plano ko. Lord, pag-pray ko itong plano ko na maganap. Plano ko. Hostile. Did you get me, mga kapatid? Parang si Lord, parang dekorasyon na lang sa buhay ng marami. For religiosity's sake, Lord, I pray na mamatutupad mo yung plano. Wala. Lord, but your will be done. Even the good deeds of a natural man is produced by the flesh for selfish reasons and from the heart that is in rebellion to God. Kaya yun nga eh, hostile is a very fitting description. Ito gusto mo, ito gusto mo. Ito talagang mag-aaway, talagang hindi magtutugma. Example ko lang mga kapatid, medyo massive yung muna kong example lang, giving to the church. Pag nabigay ka sa church, o kahit sa anong church man, kahit sa RC, o kahit sa ano, pag nabigay ka sa church, para makahingi ka ng blessing, at yun lang ang purpose mo. Doon pa lang, kita mo na may defect ang iyong religion. Minsan, pupunta sa church para makahingi ng blessing. Naglalaro ako ng mga Japanese names. Yung God nila, parang bibigyan mo lang ng pera and then He will give you blessing. Kailan mo ba? Ang turing natin sa Diyos, sugar daddy, provider, and we don't view God as God. Next example, doing good for the sake of the family, even those dirty things. Meron dyan, OT ng OT, hindi maka-attend ng Sunday. Kasi meron siyang kailangang buruan, meron siyang kailangang gratify. Ang value system niya, flawed, perverted. Dapat, sabi sa Bible, seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. We want those other things. And we don't put God first. Pwede ka problema, doon ka lang natawa. Basta nga hindi pa. Kamusta na talaga yung feeling at description ng ating virtue towards God? Ganun-ganun na lang yun, mga kapatid. Ano pa? Planning for ourselves without God in the picture. I said this before. We run our lives by our own devised plan, not God's. Here's the point. Whatever good we do in our own sight and in the sight of man, as long as it is done in our sinful nature and for ourselves, and not for the glory of God, is evil and hostile in the sight of God. It is rebellion. Point number 4. Our virtue is insubordinate to God. Pag sabi insubordinate, ayaw niya magpasako. Postal nga hindi ayaw magpasako. Get nyo? Kasi mga kapatid, gusto na ni Lord mamuhay ka ng ayon sa kanyang kagustuhan, sa holiness, sa love, sa peace, sa joy, sa faithfulness. Pero we disregard all those na kagustuhan. Ito tayo dati. Ito yung ating former selves. Gusto natin yung ating gusto. Kahit di ako makapagsimba, nakaakyat lang ako sa bundok ganito, bundok doon, linggo-linggo yan. Kahit di ako makapagsimba, makapag-jogging lang ako. Kahit di ako makapagsimba, basta makapag-OT lang ako, kailangan ko kumita. Parang sa normal na tao, parang wala akong problema dito. Pero hey, nasaan yung value na binibigay mo kayo dito sa mga ginagawa natin? Sabi niya, it does not submit to God's law. Submit. Hindi siya nagpapasako. Bakit? Ito yung elaboration. Meron dalawang bagay gusto kong discuss dito. It does not submit to God's law, nor it can do so. Yung kanila, yung first proposition ng ating phrase, it talks about will. Sabihin na lang, kung ano may kakayanan akong gawin ito, hindi ko siya gagawin. Nakaya? Like for example, hindi naman putol yung kamay ko, ibig sabihin pwede ako magsaing. Inutusan ko nanay ko magsaing, pero ayaw ko. Ayaw magpasa ko. Does not submit to God's law. Pero here's another problem. Hindi ka lang sa ayaw mong gawin ito, wala ka talagang kakayanan. Sabi ko, nor it can do so. Walang kakayanan ang isang natural na tao magpasakop sa Diyos. At wala siyang kagustuhan na magpasakop sa Diyos. Defective. Defective na kapatid talaga. In our text, it is clear that our will, our mind, our virtue does not submit to God because it cannot and it doesn't want to. And actually, it's not a question of gusto mo o hindi mo gusto. Wala ka talagang kakayanan. Pagpasin natin itong verse na ito. Galatians 5:17. For the sinful man desires what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit is what is contrary to the sinful nature. Talagang polar talaga. Magkabilang side ng mundo. Hindi talaga sila magtutugma, hindi talaga sila magsama, hindi sila magdidikit. They are what? In conflict with each other so that you do not do what you want. Kaya kami, si Andrew, gusto kong gumit, pwede magawa. Dalawa kasi bagay ang problema niya sa kanya. Una, hindi naman talaga niya gusto. Pangalawa, wala siyang kakayanan. Eh kasi, ito kasi problema. If you are a natural man, you are governed by your sinful nature. And therefore, since yun ang nakasal sa utak mo, yun ang gagawin mo, hindi ka talaga, may conflict ka talaga with God. And with the, wala siyang kakayanan. Wala talaga. Nakakalungkot mga kapatid, pero that's the truth in the Bible. And finally, so yeah, the natural man's defect number 5 the virtue or the values or the mindset of a natural man is unacceptable to God. Yan ang pinakamatindi, mga kapatid. Kaya na, discuss natin yung ating virtue is predisposed to do what we want, and our wants, being a natural man, is our sinful nature. We said also that our virtue is separate to God and disappointing you to death. Pangatlo, the virtue of a natural man is hostile to God. The virtue of a natural man is insubordinate, ayaw pasakot sa Diyos. And therefore, with all this, nagbigay ang synopsis ng ating text. Sabi niya, those controlled by the sinful nature cannot please God. What's the implication? Kahit anong i-offer natin kay Lord, as long as we are in sinful nature, God will not accept. Kaya the answers na lagi natin ginagamit, that how can we go to heaven, do good, is no more applicable after understanding that you are defective. And whatever you do is marked with sin. You know what the verdict of the Bible is? Dito sa problema natin, our virtue, our value system, and everything na lalabas dyan, lahat na magmamanifest, they are all unacceptable. Basta natin itong Isaiah 64:6. All of us have become like one who is unclean, and all our righteous acts, sa paningin ng tao, righteous. Sa paningin ng Diyos, hindi. In fact, gawamit siya ng mga mabibigat na word, hindi lang basta-basahan. Hindi lang basta-basahan. Matuming basahan. Meron pa isang verse na hindi ko lang nahanap yun. Para ito yung mga gawa ng mga tao are tools na pinagturahan mo lang ng puti. Mukhang okay, pero yung naman, bulok. Nasa Bible yan. Yan ang implication na tayo mayroong mga virtue, mga ginagawa natin, lahat ng manifestations ng ating virtue, they are unacceptable to God. Even though sa paningin ng tao ay okay. So what? Nagsisimba ka linggo-linggo. That's unacceptable to God. Kung hindi ka pa na-generate. So what kung nagbibigay ka na maraming pera? Kung hindi ka naman na-generate, that is still unacceptable to God. Nakita niyo mga kapatid? Next verse. Haughty eyes and a proud heart, the lamp of the wicked, are sin. Nagpag-uusapan natin ng lamp sa Old Testament. This is a symbolism of bright mind, of wisdom, of knowledge, of insight. Pero kung ang lamp na yan ay lamp ng isang sinner before God, it is sin. Kahit gano'n ba kaganda ang plano mo sa Panginoon Lord, that's sin. You want to go? The lamp of the wicked are sin. Wow! Grabe yung mga judgment ng Word of God. It's not my judgment. It's the judgment of the Word of God. Hebrews 11:6. And without faith, it is impossible to please God. Because anyone, kailangan ako mahal. Sorry po. And without faith, it is impossible to please God. Mga kapatid, I would like to remind you that your faith is not your own. It is actually a gift of God. Ephesians 2:8. You are able now, mga kapatid. Kung ikaw ay buhay na ngayon, sino mga buhay dito magsabi ng amen? Konti. Sino mga buhay? Magsabi ng amen? May buhay ka? May buhay ka na ngayon sa paningin ni Lord? Binigyan ka sa Lord ng faith. It is not from your own self. It is a gift of God. Now you can this please God. Pero in your former natural state, wala. It is the scariest thing. Wala. Mga kapatid, mahalagang pag-usapan natin ito, mga. Alam niyo ba, itong nahanap ko kasi, maraming Kristiyano ang parang patay pa rin, even though they say that they are Christians. Because they don't know who they were or who they are at the moment. Kaya hindi mo sila makita ng transformative power of the cross of Christ. Because they don't know who they were. They consider sin as just mistakes. Sabi ni John MacArthur, the cross of Christ is a picture of God's love, immense love for us. But that's not the end of the book. It also shows you the profound wickedness of yourself. If you don't appreciate, hindi mo na-appreciate kung sino ka, hindi mo ma-appreciate ang cross. At hindi mo ma-appreciate yung pag-ibig ng Diyos. Kaya minsan, binabalik-balik natin ang Diyos eh. Kasi we don't know who we are. And now, 5 minutes natin pinag-usapan who we are. We are dead. We are distorted. We are, pwede mo sabihin, victims of original sin. Pero dito pinag-usapan, you yourself is defective. You are not cute. You are not okay. You have a problem. And you are unable and you are unacceptable to God. Whatever you do. It's only by grace we have been saved. Through faith. It is a gift of God. It is not from yourselves. Wala tayong pwede ba't manalangin sa Diyos. Wala na. Remember, it's not just the sin that we commit which makes us an enemy of God. Hindi lang yung ginawa mong mali o ginawa mong kasalanan ang cause na maging kaaway ka ng Diyos. Here's my point. It is what you are made of. It is not a matter of how big or how small your sin is. It is what you are. If I would elaborate the definition of the depravity, I would say it like this. Next slide, please, sir. The natural man being born in sin and controlled by a sinful mind, though didn't perform the greatest and the most extreme sins, and may have been righteous in human standard, is totally unable to make reconciliation with God. To offer something that will please God and to do any good to save himself, because his very nature is hostile to God and invokes God's holy wrath. Look what sin has done to us. And look at our own very nature, our very character, our very own core, our very own self. We are corrupted from the inside out. Again, we are not sinners because we sin. Sabi ni R.C. Sproul, we sin because we are sinners. It is a matter of nature, not a matter of act. If that's the case, my brothers, our efforts to do good is always tempted by evil, and therefore wickedness. Mga kapatid, this is another devil. Bad news. Bad news yun. Hi. Very uncomfortable po pag-usapan ito. Pero kailangan natin pag-usapan ito, mga kapatid. Gusto nyo maging malaya talaga. Gusto nyo talaga maging masayang buhay. Alam nyo, itong problema ng tao eh. He's trying to fill out his life with something that is imperishable. Something that is perishable. Nabubulong, nalulumang, ganyan. little did he know what he needs is God. Who he needs is God. Kala niya okay lang siya kasi. Pero sa totoo lang, yung illustration ba na nasa ulo niya yung babagsak na lang yung sumpa, yung kamatayan dahil sa kanyang kasalanan. Nakita niyo? Pag nakakita kayo ng mga tao sa labas, ito ang picture. Ganito kayo din dati. Ganito rin ako dati. And dyan, mga kapatid, ganito. Now we hear the bad news. Ngayon naman, I would like to tell you, here's the good news. God made the way for us. God made the way for you and me. God made the impossible possible. Remember this. Sabi ng mga disipulo po ni Jesus Christ, who then can be saved? Kung mayaman, hindi masave. Dahil sa kahit mayaman siya, kahit ginagawa niya yung law, hindi siya masave. Iniwan niya lahat, hindi siya masave. Paano ko siya masasave? Sabi ni Lord, with God, with man, it is impossible. Nakikita kasi natin, your virtue kasi is defective. Sa 5 puntos. Acceptable, hostile. Alam niyo na, hindi ko naman alala 5. At talagang, impossible talaga sa tao. Ang pakalapit nyo. Kaya yung point, yung third week natin, we said, apart, pag sa Lord, pag hindi ka din Lord, hindi ka makakalapit. Kasi ka defective ka nga. Pero sabi ni Lord, with man. Sabi ng, ang tanong ha, ito ang tanong, who then can be saved? Wala talaga. Sabi ni Lord, with man, it is impossible. But with God, it is possible. Anybody say amen? Amen. So dito na lang na. Everybody say amen. Yan, tandaan niyo yan. Your salvation is actually a miracle. Kasi impossible na nga eh. God, remember? You are dead. Kahit alam mong saksak sa'yo ng kuryente, patay ka na nga, wala na. It is impossible. But God made you alive. Tingin itong, but actually, gagawin ko lang agas na ako ng verse. Diniscuss natin Romans 8, verse 5 to 8, atas tayo ng content. 1 to 4. Pakita. Sabi niya dyan, therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. Because through Jesus Christ, the law of the Spirit of life set me free from the law of sin and death. Wow. Verse 3. For what the law was powerless to do, and that is what was weakened by the sinful nature, God did by sending His question. Pero dito parang implication na may mga tao, deny nila ma-attain yung salvation through doing good works. Pero lumalabas, hindi nila kaya at they are actually even weakened because of their sinful nature. Anong ginawa? Sabi dito, God did. Yung hindi kaya gawin ng tao, ginawa ng Diyos. Anong ginawa niya? God did by sending His own Son in the likeness of a sinful man to be a sin offering. And so, He condemned sin in sinful man in order that the righteous requirements of the law might be fully met in us, who don't live according to sinful nature, but according to the Spirit. So, anong point? My point is this. I summarize for you 1 to 4. Ito yung itsura. It's like this. In Jesus Christ. Kaya na, pag-usapan parang ganito ang gusto kong i-point. Lumabas na kayo sa inyong confidence sa inyong sarili. Iuwanan nyo na yan. Walang kakayanan ngayon to save you. O walang kakayanan to please God. Here's what I'm telling you. In Jesus Christ, there is what? There is now no more condemnation. Very important yan. Alam niyo yung ibig sabihin ng condemnation? You are condemned right at the moment because of your sin. Malaki ba na maliit? You are condemned. Gusto mo makalabas sa condemnation na yan? Yan ay legal status mo at the moment pag hindi ka pa nakakilala kay Lord. Gusto mo makalabas yan? In Jesus Christ, there is now no condemnation. Praise God. Point number 2. There is freedom from the law of sin and death. Remember kanina, you are defective. At ang gusto mo lang gawin, at ang kaya mong gawin, ay ang iyong sinful nature. Paano ka makakawala dyan? In Christ Jesus, there is freedom from the law of sin. At ang kanyang kakamay. You can only find that in Jesus Christ alone. Point number 3. There is forgiveness of sin. Finally. Point 4. We are rendered righteous. Kaya na, hostile ka kay God. In your former state, hostile ka kay God. In your natural state, you're hostile with God. You are an object of God's wrath nga. Yun yung ginamit ko nung last preaching ko. In Christ Jesus, you will be rendered righteous. Jesus' righteousness is imputed to you. Wow. And finally, we can now live according to the Spirit. Kanina pinag-usapan natin, hindi magkatugma-tugma yung dalawang yan. Laging in conflict yung dalawang yan. You cannot please God, but today, in Jesus Christ, kung nakikristo ka, you cannot live according to the Spirit. And therefore, you can live a life of true life, parang Zoe, or yung eternal life, and peace. You can only find that in Jesus Christ. In Jesus Christ. Amen ba, mga kapatid? We are defective. But praise be to Jesus Christ. Yes. Put a position. Next slide, please. Point number 1. Acknowledge. Sir? Yeah. Acknowledge our sinfulness and confess our desperate need for powerful sin. May point akong gusto iparating sa inyo. Nakakapatid, sabi kanina gawa ng illustration ng doktor na bibigyan kanya ng tamang reseta, tamang gamot ko sa akin. Gusto ko sana gawin ninyo mga kapatid. Kayo hindi pa, yung mga kapatid natin na hindi pa nakakilala kayo dito. Kung kayo ay first time dito, this is an opportunity for you actually. Nakita natin sa paligid ng Lord ang tao kahit medyo mapulis sa paligid na kayong pamilya, nakapag-uwi siya. Di ba pag may namamatay, napakamit ng tao niya. Sa paligid ng tao, yes. Sa paligid ng Lord, diba? Yung RIP is not the right word when somebody dies. Nakakapag-comfort siya, pero that's actually a lie. Nakakalungkot na isipin mo yung tao. Kala niya okay siya sa paligid ng Lord, hindi pala. Pag dilat ang mata niya, nandun pala siya sa inyo. Kasi, he relied on himself. He didn't acknowledge that he is sinful and he needs a Savior. That's a problem. Mga kapatid, mabigat itong hinihingi ko sa inyo. Mabigat itong hinihingi ng Bible sa inyo. But it says, acknowledge our sinfulness. Ano pa? And confess our desperate need. Eh, hindi yan basta-basta mga kapatid. Hindi ka lang kailangang tulungan na para ka lang natalisod o na 50-50. The worst case na na 50-50. Hindi lang kasi gano'n. Patay ka kasi. You don't need help. You need reviving. You need regeneration. You need to be born again. And you cannot do that on your own. Kaya sabi ko, acknowledge our sinfulness and confess our desperate need. Ano ginamit na adjective? Powerful. Very important yun. Kapatid, ang taong natural, wala siyang kakayanan lumabas sa kanyang sitwasyon. May mga tao dyan na nangyyosi, napatigil. Galing ko kasi, napatigil sa dito. Question, nag-onify niyo ba sila? Stay together ba? Defective ba? Hindi ka makakalabas na sa nature mo kasi yung ka na talaga eh. Yun ang nature mo. Apart from Christ, wala akong nangyari. Kaya nga mahalaga yung word na powerful dito. Bakit si Christ pa ang kailangan mamatay? Eh, ang tinig kasi ng pag-ibig ng Diyos at ang tindi naman talaga ng kasalanan natin. acknowledge our sinfulness and confess our desperate for forgiveness. Point number 2. Bisita, mga kakaibigan, stop trying to please God with your own sin-marred morality. Kasi mukha nyo ko, it doesn't matter. Magpili ka, it doesn't matter. Magkawang gawa ka, it doesn't matter. God will not accept it. Because we understood today that we are different. Ano po siya? Believe Jesus Christ. I have summarized to you earlier, in Jesus Christ there is no condemnation. You are forgiven. You are rendered righteous. Ba't ka pa magtsatsaga sa... Nakakalala ko ng patalastas. Ba't ka pa mag-isig sa sarili mong righteousness? Balubog yan, Singson yan. Pumunta ka in Jesus Christ, they are cornerstone. Doon ko tumayo. Again, stop trying to please God without faith. Stop trying to please God with your own good works. Hindi ka pa talaga na. Ang gagawin mo ngayon, kilalanan mo si Kristo at talagang ibigay mo yung buhay mo sa amin. Fully. Point number 3. Mga Kristiyano, if you claim to be a Christian, here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to do. Look at me. Mga kapatid. This is very important. Ito ang Kristiyano. Ito ang gawin mo. Mortify your sinful nature. Patayin. Kung sa'yo mortify, patayin mo. You have, pag naging Kristiyano ka na, you have 2 natures. Your sinful nature and your godly nature. Pastor, check me ha. Pag kakabaya. Ayan. Yung sinful nature na yan, patay na yan. Because in the cross, pinatay na yan ng Kristo. Pero minsan nagpapakil pa yan sa'yo. Kill it. Kill it. If you don't kill your sinful nature, it will kill you. Mortify your sinful nature and walk according to the Spirit. Now, God has given you the ability to walk according to the Spirit. Makikipagtambay, makikiupo ka pa sa kasalanan. Wag na! Walk according to the Spirit.